Hello and welcome to another Wraggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Today reviewing Pentrich Brewing Company's, got it from adventurebeer.uk in Nottingham, and it's their Good Weekend. It's their 6th anniversary beer, so big 6th anniversary hello from me. I did actually go to the Pentrich tap takeover at the Cock and Hoop, although to be fair it was a little bit worse for wear by the time I got there. Drank 4 beers from the flight, so 4 beers for £9, I think it was, 4/3. Great deal, to be fair. Don't remember much of the beers, so hence why I wanted to do justice. And if I wasn't very good on that review, I wanted to make sure that the review and me are seen in a better light rather than a drunken review where you're not as good. So this is an Imperial IPA from Pentrich. It's got brewed with Citra, Simcoe, Mosaic. I will read what it says on the back of the can, if it says anything. So, Unit B, Asher Lane Business Park, Pentrich in Derbyshire. So, over the hill in Derbyshire. Canned on the 2nd of May. Best before 2nd of 1st, 2023. So, good date on the cans. I do sometimes wonder with craft beer cans whether some breweries put too short a date on their cans. So drinking from Thornbridge, another Derbyshire, and Thornbridge. I love Thornbridge. I love all the breweries, to be fair. Pentrich were at BeerCon, Derby BeerCon, their first basically craft beer festival. No, it was the Great Derbyshire Beer Festival, to apologise. Yeah, they were there with Bang the Elephant, Alter Ego. I didn't go, more for anxiety's sakes than anything else. Big, juicy, orange, juicefest looking, lovely whitehead, proper lovely. I must get myself a Pentrich glass if they actually do one. I must check that out. But yeah, it's looking lovely. Proper juicefest of a beer. Hoppy tropical nose on this. Oh, I don't know what it is tonight. I'm in the mood. I'm in that thirsty mood where I fancy good beers. And I looks on the shelf and there's an 8% looking at me saying, "Yes, Mr. Rag." And I'm thinking, "Yes, Pentrich." And they're thinking, "Come on, get reviewing." And I'm thinking, "Yeah." And everyone else is thinking, "Weirdo." Oh, can't remember if I had this at the. I remember the beers, but I can't remember if I had this. I'm sure I had Bad Weekend. Can't remember. I was steaming by that time. I had no food. Not good drinking for 8 hours and no food. It's a really, really bad policy. And I won't do it again. I regard Pentrich as basically Derbyshire's Neon Raptor. They are an excellent craft beer company producing a massive range of different craft beers. And very similar to Neon Raptor, an ever expanding range of beers and different variations on a theme. And yeah, happy 6th birthday, to come through COVID, like all of us really, but to come through COVID out on the other side and to be strong and moving forward, that's what the thing is. I would love to see these guys at Nottingham's Craft Beer Festival. I think they deserve to be there. A local craft beer company, and forget the boundaries. I joke about Derbyshire and Nottingham. I for one don't want to see Derby going down. I'm a fan of local teams, and sadly, what's happened in Derby, could have happened to Forest as well with some of the owners we've had in the past. For one, dodgy owner. And this is the thing: you get good Wayne Rooney did Derby proud, really, by stopping on. Not really a fan of Wayne Rooney in some respects, but I respect anybody who stays and says, no, I'm not moving. I'm going to stay here, try my best. Sadly, it wasn't enough. But the dodgy dealings from the owner was what relegated Derby. It certainly wasn't Wayne Rooney or the players. They didn't do any of that. And yes, there is the biggest rivalry between Nottingham Forest and Derby. And you ask most Nottingham Forest fans, would you rather Derby Bappy be in the same division? Of course we would, because we want to beat them. You know, it is what it is, isn't it? And, you know, as a Forest fan, a lifelong Forest fan, you know, I've always wanted all the local teams, and I understand rivalry, I get rivalry, you know, but I want all the local teams to do well, because I'm sick to the back teeth of the London, Liverpool and Manchester teams ruling the landscape. Yeah, stuff that. Let's get the East Midlands back up there. But in any case, decent beer. Proper juice festival beer, lovely tropical flavours. I can't say there's a flavour that stands out to me, but I'm just getting a beautiful tropical beer. And sixth birthday. And it's funny, you know, I've been in the beer community since properly since 2010, when I worked at Sainsbury's on the beers, wines and spirits department. So I'm dealing with beer on a daily basis. Mainly traditional beers, although Brewdog came in slightly later. And yeah, it wasn't well received. It was overpriced. And the funny thing is, nowadays, 6 cans for £6.50 is actually a good deal for Brewdog's bunk, you know, bunk. But although it was better brewed back then, to be fair. Hey, it is what it is. But it's amazing how craft beer has grown over the years. And cans, you know, cans. When I left in 2015, because I was fed up with retail, bad management, you know, not caring about the people you work for, you know, who work for you. You know, if you care about your staff will return, will reciprocate. It's always a thing in life. Care. It works both ways. You know, think about your staff, care about your staff. What happens when you don't care? Well, and you treat people differently and pay people differently, it builds bridges, and those bridges sometimes cannot be repaired. And I've worked for companies where people with less qualifications, less experience, and people who do a crap job got paid more, only because they had a brand. And yeah, it's a sad fact of life that this happens. Should not happen, but it does. But in any case, Pentrich, rocking it, lads, rocking it, and ladies as well, if there are ladies there. One does not wish to offend. Great to see the bears at the Cock and Hoop. I would like, and if anybody from Pentrich ever watches these videos, I don't know if you do or don't. It'd be interesting to know if people do. And you know, yeah, watch the video. You're a crap reviewer, you know. And yeah. You know, if someone actually said that, I would be mortally wounded. It'd be like, huh? You're joking? I mean, I'm not great, but I don't think I'm crap. And I hope I'm not. And it's that funny thing, isn't it? You know, some people won't take a monkers, you know, they won't care a thing. I actually do take things really, really personally, which is why I try not to be a dickhead, or, you know, I try to be a nice person. I try to be right. If I don't get it, I don't get it. It's as simple as that. And yeah. Oh dear. So this is tasting absolutely divine. It's why I'm yakking, because if if I'm drinking something and there's not much to talk about, I just like, right, that interview's done, review's done, I can't be bothered anymore. 3 minutes and it's like, I can't go any further. If I'm in a pub, it's different because it's stressful with people around you. Although this weekend, Castle Rock's Yard Party, Nottingham Craft Beer Festival coming up. Looking forward to some interesting times, shall we say. I did see Pentrich were at Fire Rock Brewing Company. One of their beers was there. That was great to see. And the guy and the people at Pentrich, you know, Fire Rock, that would be some collab. They are amazing. And you've also got Alter Ego and Urban Chicken on your doorstep, lads. Collabs, collabs, collabs. Collabs make the world interesting. And especially if you're the one doing the collab, because Urban Chicken never cans his bloody beer. And, well, not very often, but he's a good lad. And I absolutely love the bloke. He's top class, absolute top class. Top class brewer, top class person. And his beer, wow, wow, there you go. So, good weekend. And I suppose really, last weekend when I was out with Shane and Liam from the beer review community, and you know, this is a friendship from YouTube. YouTube made this friendship. Beers made the friendship. People looking for beer reviews and chatting made friendship. Social media is so important in this day and age. Interaction on social media, doing lives, reviews, and across all different social media. This is what the world is at the moment. You know, this is what makes the world good, and this is where, you know, the world excels in. You know, stopping people from, you know, people need to talk. And if anything, COVID's learned us that the traditional channels, i.e., going to the pub, were closed. So what did we do? We jumped online and we chatted and we drank beer together online, and we formed friendships, and can never be underestimated that. And me personally, I mean, I formed some great friendships across the brewery industry, across people who watch beer reviews, beer reviewers, and you know, it's only a hobby. I'm a gardener by trade, but thoroughly enjoyed it. And you know, every beer's like a present, and you open that present and you're like, is it going to be a good present? You know, because you never quite know unless you've had it before. Then you know, you pretty much know what's coming. Obviously, you can always get a dodgy one or slightly dodgy one, but yeah, every beer is a Christmas present. That's the way I look at it. It's the way I look at beers. I'm there and I'm salivating. I'm waiting to do the beer review. I'm looking on the beer wall and thinking, what can I review today? And I never know, because I never know how I feel. I never know if I want to do a cider, a lager, beer, you know, or even a wine, if I've got any wine, or even spirits, if I've got spirits. That's what makes this hobby so fun. And giving kudos to breweries who make good beer. So it should be, you know. In some ways, a beer reviewer speaks for the majority of people, decent people. Well, if he's a decent beer reviewer, but speaks for the majority of people who have an opinion but do not say it. A beer reviewer, as long as it's doing it right and not doing it just for, you know, other means, shall we say. Yeah, there are one or two out there that do that. Certainly one. Is to praise the brewers and say, this is the beer, this is what I get. Am I getting what you're getting? Is the beer looking like you expect it to look? Because if you're a brewer, you're looking at the colour of the beer. You're looking at the edge. You're looking at the lacing. You're trying to gauge if the aroma and the flavors are coming through. This is life. This is the interesting part of life. And should I be a psychiatrist? I often wonder, because in life, we want people to treat them as they treat us and see it from their side of things. So I've been doing this for a long time, being a beer reviewer, but seeing it from both sides of the equation. And, we're all adults. Well, you should be an adult. You shouldn't be drinking beer if you're not an adult. And doing it the right way. Beer reviews are the right way. I may not get all the flavours. No. May not. May do so. It depends on the beer. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. And I don't cheat. Never did bloody cheat. Why cheat? What's that about? If I don't get it, I don't get it. Simple as that. Oh, and I talk a lot of shite as well. But, there you go. Yeah. And sometimes I like the beer to be the aroma to, for the beers to warm up a bit, the air to entangle with the beer. A true juice fest of a beer. I couldn't tell you. I know it's 8%, obviously. I've read the bloody can. But I couldn't tell you that's an 8% beer. If someone said to me, what's the ABV on that? Five. So it's one of those beers that when I walk up the house and when I get in the fresh air in a minute, I'll know them. And I thought about this a long time, and it's sometimes in life, some of what you get in life, and bad jobs, bad people you work with. I've worked with some, oh dear, not nice people, and it's given me that look on life that I want to do good. So in my own little way, and I've only got 2,600 and some subscribers, but in my own way, I'm here to promote the beer industry. I will call out the likes of Aldi with their dodgy beers, but on the whole, try to be positive. Positivity over negativity. For someone with anxiety, mental health, and that, it's what makes the world a good place. So sorry for waffling. One of those waffling reviews where you get where I'm coming from, and just to make it, most people know where I'm coming from anyway, to be fair. Those who watch the channel know where I'm coming from and can gauge what I'm on about quite quickly. And that's tasting mighty fine. I'd love to see these guys do barrel aged stuff, and certainly collabs. A Bang the Elephant Pentrich collab, or Fire Rock, Urban Chicken, Alter Ego. Neon Raptor also would be very interesting, but would be Neon Raptor do it? I don't know on that sort of things. You'd hope so, because obviously Neon Raptor, Soda and Suds, obviously quite big in Derby as well. So yeah, let's hope so, right? Collabs make the world interesting because it brings different beers into the scene. All right, I need to crack on. For me, good 4.5 all day long. Fantastic tropical juicy beer. Really enjoyed it. And wow, it's hitting the head. Cheers up.